only they made a little teeny tiny hat. A little teeny tiny hat just to cover my bald spot. I wish they made just a little teeny tiny bald spot hat. We're tiptoeing around it today, boys. Adjust your shorts and prepare yourselves to get kicked in the dick by the news. My name is Ray Stone. Today is Thursday, January 22nd of 2026. And what does that mean? It means we've got some comedy tonight. So if you're listening and you haven't got your tickets yet, go to stircrazycomedyclub.com and pick up some tickets for tonight's show. I get a proper 10-minute slot. I am towards the end, so, you have to stay for the whole thing, or you can show up late, but, you might as well go see who's funny and who's not in the Arizona comedy scene. All right. Well, let's jump on into it. Prepare yourselves to get kicked in the dick by the news. Here we go. First up, El Trumpe. Trump latest tariff U-turn is sparking a global market rally, reviving talk of the taco trade. I said it on Tuesday. Here's what he's doing. He's clearly just manipulating the markets. He comes out, he says something outlandish, okay? And it happens like every time the markets sort of stabilize and sort of doing like a normal trajectory, kind of uphill, go in the right direction. He comes out and says, we're going to take Greenland by force and we'll send in the military and nobody can stop us. I'm doing it February 1st, so you better fucking do it with me. And then the markets go, shit. And then the next day or 2 days later, he says, you know what? We got an agreement. We reached an agreement with Mark Rutte. He said the words to me that I needed to hear. We're going to have a deal on the whole thing so we can call off the action in Greenland. And then the markets rebound. And if you're paying attention, you should be making money on this. The markets all dipped like 5%. So if you sold after he said that shit because you knew the markets were going to tank, the markets go down 5%, then you buy back at 5% lower, then they rebound. That's a 10% swing. That's the taco trade. They're even calling it like a U-turn. A taco is shaped like a U. They're calling him a fucking taco trader. He is Mexican. Global markets were cheered up. What? After Trump retreated from threats to put further tariffs on several European countries. Let me reread this because this is actually on CNBC.com. I'm going to read this verbatim without actually punching it up and making it sound better. Global markets were cheered after Trump retreated from threats to put further tariff several European countries. Well, I'm sure glad he retreated from threats to put further tariff several European countries. The least you could do is proofread it. Fuck, AI sucks. AI sucks. I refuse to turn the AI on my phone. Like, nah, don't start trying to predict my behavior. Why don't you figure out your own behavior? I think the new iOS absolutely sucks balls at liquid glass bullshit. Let's make it less intuitive. It's like riding a Japanese toilet, right? I don't know what all the buttons do, but I am surprised by some of them, and I always have a look on my face like I think there's still a little poop in my butt. Apple, there might be some poop in your butt. Okay, well, and they're calling it Donald Trump's Taco Bell. The Taco Bell has rung again, much to the joy of financial markets, one market watcher said on Thursday. I could be that person. Moving on. More. President Donald Trump discussed the framework of a deal with NATO credit card caps. Credit card caps and the future of the Federal Reserve in a wide-ranging interview with CNBC's Joe Kernan in Davos, Switzerland on Wednesday. That's a mouthful. He's talking. What was really kind of crazy is I watched his speech in Davos, and it was more like a State of the Union for the United States than any kind of economic forum address. It's like he told them the same lies that he told all of us, that he's telling all of us. Shut up, you're fine. You got plenty of jobs. You got plenty of food. Everything is affordable. Make America affordable again is on the loose. Old Ma is on the loose. Telling everybody a bunch of lies. And it's like, that might work to the general American public who you have really dumbed down through our public school system. And then maybe they don't know the math on it. Maybe that's why they buy stuff on a credit card that says 30% without realizing that means 1/3 more expensive. Not a quarter more expensive, 1/3. I mean, come on. But he's addressing the World Economic Forum. These are the world's foremost leaders. These are the people who understand math. You're not going to tell them these lies and then they just believe it. But they do know how to deal with you. They do know what we do is we show Trump respect. We sign his little thingy. We make him do the happy dance. Yay, yay, yay. And then we can all get back to business while the bully boy is over here masturbating with a missile, I think. I think he and Kim Jong-un are still just rubbing them out to missiles. Or was it Kim Jong-il? Yeah, no, it's his dad. Okay, here we go. Root says the Trump Greenland plan involved no sovereignty talk. So yeah, that's why Trump was happy, because they left Greenland being sovereign out of the discussion. It's like there aren't enough people there for us to let them be sovereign because they're fine. Shut up, Greenland, you're fine. You're going to love this new technocratic society that we impose on your island. And by the way, you should look at a globe just to get a reference point for how big Greenland actually is, because on the Google Maps, it looks like it's the size of Africa. But when you look at a real map, it's pretty big. It's like probably the size of the eastern or western third of the United States. I would say it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood, if you don't include Alaska, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of, it's bigger than Alaska. We'll just say that. Somewhere in the neighborhood of a third of the continental United States, not including Alaska. So it's pretty big, but it's not as big as it looks like on the map. That shit would have you believe it's bigger than Africa, which it's not. Okay, Al Jazeera. Here we go. Trump... once the board is, that's right. Trump is, he launched a board of peace at signing ceremony, launches the board of peace at signing ceremony in Davos. So he used the World Economic Forum now this is brilliant because he knew everybody was going to be there. So he came with his Gaza board of peace plan, which is a whole lot bigger than we thought it was supposed to be. This Davos Board of Peace plan, he says the newly established Board of Peace will be able to do pretty much whatever we want to do. And here's what it says. It appears the Board of Peace, the board whose 11-page charter does not mention Gaza once, has morphed into something far more ambitious, with the U.S. leaders saying it may extend its works to other global crises in roles traditionally performed by the United Nations. Once this board is completely formed, this is a quote, we can do pretty much whatever we want to. That's what he claimed at the World Economic Forum before signing the documents formally establishing the initiative. He was joined on stage by leaders of 19 other countries, including but not limited to Argentina, Qatar, Azerbaijan, Indonesia, Hungary, Morocco, Bahrain, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia. So it's essentially, I'm not sure what he's doing. The Wild Boy is up to Wild Boy business. He's looking for billion-dollar donations. He's selling 100 seats. I don't know how many seats he's selling, but he's going to raise probably $100 billion by the Board of Peace plan Each country gets a block of Gaza. It's no longer called Gaza. What's it going to be called? What do we think it's going to be called? Oh, Trumpland. He's going to call it Trumpland. He's going to call it the Trump East. The Trump East location on Earth. Trump World. Fuck Disney, huh? Huh, Trump? Are you just jealous because Disney has his own land and world? And all you've got is a building and a golf club? In Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago. Moving on. BBC. Trump holds very good talk with Zelensky as U.S. pushes for Ukraine deal. BBC is forcing you to pay, which I refuse to do, obviously. But the takeaway was there's just one final sticking point that Ukraine hasn't agreed to yet, and that is the ceding of all of their land. Moving on, Jack Smith makes first public defense of Trump indictments. Former special counsel Jack Smith will tell the House Judiciary Committee on Thursday that President Trump was charged because evidence showed he willfully broke the law, not because they're trying to do a public, political agenda push. Yeah, he broke the law. I don't care. It's like the Clintons are doing it too. And then, here's my prediction for the Clintons. They are being held in contempt of the Constitution, in contempt of Congress. And I guarantee it doesn't matter. They're going to get pardoned by whatever president comes in. So they have enough money to drag their investigation, their trial, probably for the 3 years remaining. And even if they didn't drag it on for 3, even if it just went to trial tomorrow, Trump is still going to pardon them because, don't forget, they were together in the island, all of them. What? They are all in on the sex parties, on the selling, trading of underage girls and boys, whatever your flavor was. The pizza, I hear, is amazing. They throw the most amazing pizza parties. They've got stuffed crust. They've got margarita. That's the blood one. That's probably the blood one. Then you got, your meat lover. Your Italian sausage pizza. I'm telling you guys, if that's real, holy shit. Don't look up. Don't look up. And you're not allowed to investigate when a president does it. It's correct. Okay? All right, here we go. China wins. Trump is ceding basically the world rolls. This is another New York Times issue. I clicked on it just to see if they were trying to sell me something. This is real news because they're trying to sell it to me. It's not real news if they give it to you for free. And the article basically says China is taking over as the world leader, and they are going to. Here we go. Finally, autopsy finds Cuban immigrant in ICE custody died of homicide due to asphyxia, meaning somebody strangled him to death. Eesh. So who did we hire? Is this a bunch of ex-military? Can you get an ICE job if you have a dishonorable discharge from the military? I bet you can. I bet you get that job real fast if you just say anything military, even if it was a dishonorable discharge. We should look that up. Can you get, in fact, we're going to look that up right now. Can you get hired by ICE if you have a dishonorable discharge from the military? Question mark. And the answer is no. Oh, it is highly unlikely to get hired by ICE with dishonorable discharge because it typically stems from serious criminal offenses. And here's Reddit. I heard that if you get dishonorable discharge, they'll have a pretty hard time getting jobs when they get out. ICE hiring veterans for career opportunities in mission critical and mission support occupations. All right. So it says no, but then it says highly unlikely, which means yes, because come on, AI. Come on. And with that, we'll make this a quick one. I got shit to do. I need to do some comedy. So don't forget to come see me. And as always, pull your shorts back down to their normal levels. Consider yourselves kicked in the dick by myself, the internet, and the news. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And we will see you on Tuesday. Bye.